Bennington, Pennsylvania, and we are set to bring you coverage of Game 2 of the 2024 Printscape Pony League World Series. Good evening, I'm Joe Mercado, and thanks for joining us. One game already in the books in this 10-team double elimination tournament. The second game will feature Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, taking on Long Beach, California. Guaynabo, the Puerto Rico champion, went undefeated in qualifying. This is their second appearance at the Pony League World Series, and their second in the last 3 years. Long Beach was last here back in 2018 when they advanced all the way to the championship game when they fell to Chinese Taipei. To the gentlemen calling the action in this one, we take you upstairs to Lanny Fratteri and Tyler Barnett.
Joe, thank you very much. You and I, Tyler, have known for a long time this game is about pitching and defense. Is that true even for 13 and 14-year-olds?
I think it's true even more so for 13 and 14-year-olds, especially when you get in a tournament like this and you're going ace against ace in these first games. We saw it in the first game. I think the difference was just the errors played and from Mon Valley. And then this one, you're going to see it again, ace versus ace. If we have a clean game, we could have a pitcher's duel.
And keep in mind, because this is a double elimination tournament, it is next to impossible to come out of that loser's bracket if you lose that first game to make it to the championship. Starting lineups and a whole lot more at the Printscape Pony League World Series in just a moment.
At Printscape Imaging and Graphics, we're more than printers. We're partners in creativity and community. From sponsoring local charities to empowering small businesses, Printscape is committed to giving back. Our people help businesses and organizations build their brands while strengthening our community, like the Printscape Pony League World Series. Printscape Imaging and Graphics, where technology meets creativity. Visit us today and see how we can bring your vision to life.
There's a place, far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
Hey!
At Penn West University, we're making college make sense again with programs tied to in-demand jobs. We're breaking down barriers and giving you more choices. We're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
Everybody.
First pitch of the second game of the Pony League World Series set to begin between Guaynabo, Puerto Rico and Long Beach, California. Bob Gregg has the introduction of the lineups.
First of all, for the visitors, the Caribbean champions from Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, leading off and playing first base, number 6, Carlos Arroyo. Batting second and playing second base, number 21, Derek Vasquez. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 30, Alan Colon. Batting fourth and playing right field, number 19, Dylan Padilla. Batting fifth and catching, number 5, Adrian Asensio. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 35, Jehiel Hernandez. Batting seventh and playing center field, number 8, Abdamil Robles. Batting 8th and playing left field, number 2, Diego Ramos. Batting 9th and pitching, number 26, John Figueroa. Number 4, Dario Carrion. Number 12, Kenyon Nieves. Number 28, Sebastian Quiles. Number 32, Johnny El Miranda. Number 39, Derek Garcia. Number 44, Aquiles Rivera. Coach Agustin Escobar. Business manager Jason Catala. And the manager Rafael Cruz. Caribbean champion Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. And now for the home team, Long Beach, California. Leading off and pitching, number 3, Jacob Brown. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 16, Mark James. Batting third and playing third base, number 34, Ismael Santillon. Batting fourth and playing right field, number 33, Jordan Rivers. Batting fifth, second baseman, number 31, Alon Machado. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 19, David Sanchez. Batting seventh and catching, number 11, Trevor Torres. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 51, Jefferson Cowles. Batting ninth, center fielder, number 25, Jack Walsh. Number 7, Eddie Green. Number 22, Lucas Ferguson. Number 27, Nicholas Seib. Number 30, Ty Gallo. Number 45, Anthony Carrillo. Number 98, Diego Gonzalez. Coach Matthew Page. Business manager Cesar Penaflor. And the manager, Matt Page. Long Beach, California, your West Zone champions. Umpiring at home plate, Jeff DeChellis. At first base, Ray Parker. At second base, David Smalko. And at third base, Dave Streffeller. Decisions Committee, Tom O'Connor, Terry Faust, and Lenny Lynch.
At this time, we ask all that are able to please rise for the Pony Prayer and the national anthems. Gentlemen and boys, please remove your caps. Thank you to all veterans and active duty members of the United States Armed Forces for your service. We invite you to render a hand salute during the Star-Spangled Banner. Almighty God, help us to realize that we are gathered here to watch young people play baseball, not to second-guess strategy, dispute decisions, or question ability. That we are here to cheer, to encourage, to join in the fun that is baseball, not to jeer, discourage, or otherwise degrade the game. That while officials and players are expected to perform within the bounds of certain standards, we also, as spectators, are expected to conduct ourselves within the bounds of good sportsmanship. May this contest end without injury, without feelings of ill will, without disgrace, but as an activity worthy of thy blessing. Amen.
One game is complete at the Pony League World Series. We are set to bring you the second between Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, and Long Beach, California. It's a key contest for both teams as the winner will get 2 days off. We've got the broadcast coming up next.
Quick question, Pittsburgh. What's the one thing better than a night game at PNC Park? Well, that's easy. A night game with fireworks. Head down to the North Shore on select nights this summer. Get loud for the Buccos. And stick around to see our friends from Zambelli Fireworks do what they do best. But you better hurry. Other than racing pierogies and raising the Jolly Roger, this might just be the best tradition in town. Say it loud, Pittsburgh. Let's go, Bucks!
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter, life delivered daily.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Pike Trip. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small-town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities, and that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
Pony League Baseball, the Lujo's Pony Field. 250 down the line, 305 to the center field wall. 54 feet from the mound to home plate and 80 feet between the bases. And we have a beautiful, gorgeous Friday night for the second game of the Printscape Pony League World Series. And there is right-hander Jacob Brown for Long Beach, California. He'll be facing this batting order: Arroyo, Vasquez, Colon, Padilla, Asiano, Hernandez, Robles, Ramos, and Figueroa. The only left-handed bat in that lineup is Derek Vasquez. And defensively for Long Beach, Sanchez, Walsh, Rivers left to right, Santillo on at third, James at short, Machado the second baseman, Cowles at first, Torres catching.
Looks like a simple mix so far for Jacob Brown. And his warm-ups, I've seen fastball sitting about 68 to 72, sporting a slider, a nice tight slider. Comes in at about 60 miles an hour and offsets that with a breaking ball, 12-6 curveball. Sits at about the same speed.
And the serious-looking gentleman that we showed you a moment ago, that is Matt Page, the manager of Long Beach. So Dave Smolko is umpiring behind the plate. Maria Parker at first, Jeff DeChellis at second, and David Striffler is the umpire at third. This umpiring crew out of the state of Ohio. And here is Arroyo to lead off for Guaynabo. Here 2 years ago, but in 2022, Guaynabo was eliminated after 2 games. As we said at the outset of the second broadcast, it is very, very difficult to lose the first game of the tournament and then march all the way to the championship game. As Arroyo chases a high 0-2 fastball. And the base hit. Arroyo falls behind early, but tomahawks one into left field.
Yeah, it gets down 0-2, and Brown misses a spot here. You can see catcher Torres set up outside, and that breaking ball just hangs on the inner half, and Arroyo's able to place it out in the left field for a leadoff single, and now we've got another runner on first base to start the game.
And Derek Vasquez, second baseman. It was interesting to watch and see how teams in the Pony League tournament approach the running game. There is a good bit of success often with teams deciding to run. Hit in the air, foul ball, left field, and out of play. Runner going. A strike. And catcher Torres had a double clutch, and here's the stolen base.
Yeah, and Arroyo got a great jump too. He was almost moving from his lead straight into the steal, and with a double clutch, Torres stood no chance.
The manager of Puerto Rico is Rafael Cruz. His third base coach is Escobar. And his first base coach, Jason Catala. Catala, who was drafted by the San Diego Padres in 2001 but did not sign. And Vasquez down on strikes, down swinging.
And that time Torres set up outside, and Brown was able to hit his spot with a breaking ball, and you have a completely different result.
Alan Colon, shortstop. Rafael Cruz, who has managed 2 baseball teams to championships in Puerto Rico. And a hit batsman. It doesn't matter what game it is. You hope that you'd love it when your starting pitcher can have as easy a first inning as possible. Tyler, you've been around baseball a long time and youth baseball. Any big deal that the pitchers do not warm up on a mound? Base hit to left for Padilla. Here comes Arroyo. Ball got by left fielder Sanchez. 1-0 Puerto Rico. Forget that question. I'll come back to it later.
Aaron Thoreau, another run scores. Colon comes in and scores as well, so that makes it 2-0 off of the bat of Padilla. Just a chopper through the 6-hole, and it looks like Sanchez out in left field. The ball squirts under his glove, and then 2 runs able to come through and score from it.
Fly ball hit by Asensio. Dropped by the left fielder. Throw to third. Now a throw to second. What a vile top of the first from Long Beach's standpoint.
A tough play out in left, Sanchez, and then they're able to get Asensio in a essentially caught halfway in a rundown, and as soon as he sees the throw to first, he takes off towards second base. A great move by Asensio, and not even a good throw was able to get him.
So there is 1 out and a 2-0 Guaynabo lead. So let me see if I can sort all this out. Bob, we had for the first guy, you had for Padilla, and then no RBI on the second run because of an error, right?
Right. Yep. E7. Correct.
So 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors.
2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 RBI on the hit by Padilla.
All righty.
Now that everybody's scorecards are all cleaned up, there's no eraser marks, we can go back to the action here.
Jahil Hernandez. And the count 1-1. Fly ball to center. And the catch made by Walsh. 2 outs, but scoring from third is Padilla rather easily. 3-0 on the sacrifice fly, run number 3.
It was definitely rather easily, but made it a little interesting. Padilla had trouble getting back to third base there on the tag, and ball hit rather hard to Walsh. Made it a quick turnaround.
Robles. Robles nods affirmatively, agreeing with the home plate umpire, David Smoko. So Jacob Brown deals a second strike. And remember, Brown started the game, quickly jumped out in front of Arroyo, but then Arroyo came up with a base hit on the 1-2 pitch. And that was the spark for this top of the first for Puerto Rico. Two and two. Runner at second base. And a wild pitch. Puts Asensio at third.
Breaking balls outside are really hard to block, especially coming from a right-handed pitcher. That ball's going to bounce back toward the plate. And you can see it catch the shoulder of Torres.
One hopper to James. Out number 3, but Guaynabo, Puerto Rico scores 3 on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico 3, and Long Beach, California coming to bat.
At Printscape Imaging and Graphics, we're more than printers. We're partners in creativity and community. From sponsoring local charities to empowering small businesses, Printscape is committed to giving back. Our people help businesses and organizations build their brands while strengthening our community, like the Printscape Pony League World Series. Printscape Imaging and Graphics, where technology meets creativity. Visit us today and see how we can bring your vision to life.
Well, the Long Beach, California team down 3-0. Here is the Long Beach batting order with pitcher Brown leading off, and then James, Santillan, Rivers, Machado, Sanchez, Torres, Cowles, and Walsh. And on the mound, this right-hander, Sean Figueroa. And he'll be backed up by Ramos, Robles, and Padilla. And then on the infield, Hernandez at third, Colon at short. Vasquez at second, Arroyo at first. Asensio catching.
It looked like a good mix from Figueroa. He had a fastball sitting about 78 to 80 in his warm-ups, a slider at about 67 that moved toward his glove side, but then a changeup that 68 moved to his arm side. So looks like he's got his curveball and his changeup look like the exact.
And already there is some goings on in the right field corner. Figueroa, who is from San Juan, the capital of Puerto Rico, and a young man that not only plays baseball, but he also plays basketball and volleyball. And I understand that his dad is a baseball umpire.
I wonder what the strike zone looked like when his dad umpires those games.
Mm-hmm. Three and two. Three nothing. Puerto Rico leads.
Battles back there, and I like the action on that fastball. Looked like a little bit of a two-seam action away from the lefty. Be a great mix with the changeup that he's got. There was that changeup down and away from the lefty. Back-to-back lefties to start this lineup for Long Beach, California. Figueroa having no trouble locating that fastball and changeup on the outer half and diving them away from those left-handed hitters.
And there are 4 left-handed batters in the Long Beach lineup for this game. Brown led off the game, left-handed hitter. James is. Two down on 10 pitches.
More two-seam action away from that lefty. They're driving the barrel right at it, but then it fades away and completely misses the bat.
Ishmael. Santillan. One ball and one strike. And for those of you that have caught our coverage today, the first game won by Palmview, and this is the second game of the Printscape Pony League World Series. You've heard Tyler pretty much give you scouting reports after watching pitchers warm up, and it reminds me when I used to work with Bob Walk in Pirate broadcast. Bob used to smile because hitters would go to the batting coach and say, "What's this guy throw?" And Bob would say, "All they have to do is stand there in the on-deck circle and watch him warm up." That's all they have to do. That's what Bob said. It's that easy. And you're validating that.
Just watch him warm up and grab a bat and time him up. Act like you're standing in the box and go through your routine.
And it is ruled a swing, and so Figueroa, by way of 15 pitches, strikes out the side. And after one, it is Guaynabo, Puerto Rico 3, Long Beach, Hartwell, California nothing.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
For 125 years, we've been covering this region's financial needs, sharing your rebellious spirit, standing right here with you, supporting your dreams, helping businesses grow and thrive, investing in what matters, and always putting people first. Thank you for letting us get to know you over our first 125 years. We're Washington Financial Bank, and we're proud to be the bank that gets you.
At Penn West University, we're making college make sense again for people who maybe thought college wasn't the answer. We're making college practical with programs tied to in-demand jobs that prepare you for success right away. We're making college accessible by breaking down barriers and offering more choices. We're making college approachable with faculty who understand where you're coming from and help you get where you're going. At Penn West, we're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
The Printscape Pony League World Series is presented by Printscape, by the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency, by CNX, and by the Observer Publishing Company. Diego Ramos leading off the top of the second. Puerto Rico has a 3-0 lead. Count 2-1, 3 games tomorrow, and the first 2 games are on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. At noon, Tijuana, Mexico against Bay County, Michigan. And then at 2:30, Bronx, New York against Spain. As Diego Gonzalez loosens. Ramos. Out number 1.
He's gone to that breaking ball every time he gets 2 strikes on the hitter. It's worked out a couple of times earlier to Vasquez and right there to Ramos. I'll tell you, it is refreshing after doing all those college games this year to see catchers giving signs again.
Tyler Barnett and I work West Virginia baseball for ESPN Plus, and we are in the age of the technology being provided to hitters by way of watches and to catchers by way of earplugs. Yep. Or earbuds, I guess they are.
It definitely speeds the game up. It's still strange to get used to when you see everybody checking their watch in between pitches.
2-2, yeah, very seldom. When we did see it once in a while, you'd see a hitter step out and look down the third base coach.
Yep.
Colon. Arroyo, 2 outs. Or I'm sorry, James to Cowles. James to Cowles for the second out.
James has had a couple of ground balls here in the last 3 hitters, and he's made them look. They've been tough hops, and he's made them look really clean and gotten them across the infield. He's done a really good job over there.
Arroyo started the game with a base hit, stole second, and scored the game's first run. 3-0 Guaynabo. Puerto Rico leads. Swing and a miss. 1-1. I understand that the team from Puerto Rico flew out of San Juan to Orlando, Florida, and then to Pittsburgh. I find it always interesting to check with the teams on their itineraries coming into Washington, Pennsylvania. And team from Rocks, they drove here. Bay County team and friends, they drove here.
What was your itinerary? How'd you get here? Did you bike?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know the route pretty well. And for those of you that are thinking about coming out to the Pony League World Series, let me tell you that, and I find that there are some people that think that the field, this Blue Haze Pony Field, is near where the headquarters of Pony happens to be, near the Wild Things ballpark on the west side of Washington. That is not true. We are on the east side of Washington, and the easiest way is to come down on Interstate 70 and then make the jog like you're going down to Tyler Barnett's home, and then take that Route 40 exit, Laboratory. And his time is called here, and Brown's going to get a visit.
All right, kid. Get your first baseman score. All right.
Pitching change.
And Brown's going to go to first. One of the perks of being able to listen in. We can get that change before it's reported.
Fine. 200 runs. Good job coming through the ball. I like that.
1 inning
Even
for
if you
Brown.
do your stutter step, you got to come through the ball. All right? You rub this second step. Have fun.
And so Cowles is going to pitch. And we'll be back with more here in the second inning. 3-0 Puerto Rico leads.
They play in all corners of the world. Boys and girls each learning the true value that only teamwork, competition, and sportsmanship can provide. Each year, more than 500,000 participants of all ages proudly represent Pony on baseball and softball diamonds of all sizes. Everyone deserves a chance to learn and play the game. They're our players today. They'll be our leaders in the future. Pony, making a difference in your neighborhood and all over our world.
So Jefferson Cowles will come on after Brown worked to 10 batters. And his 10th batter, he walked Arroyo. So the right-hander Cowles, who had been at first base, for this, the right-hander Cowles, who is from Long Beach. And there is the traditional umpire, the traditional outfielders coming together. It's been dictated. I checked it out, by the way. I went to Cooperstown in July, and I checked. Indeed, Abner Doubleday had passed on an edict that said that whenever there's a pitching change in baseball, the outfielders have to come together. They have to come together and talk. Though they probably talked before the game and in the dugout, and here we go. Have you ever been to Cooperstown?
I have, yes.
Oh,
yeah,
what
one time.
What a great trip I had.
It is. It's a lot of fun for any baseball fan, really. But a baseball nut like me, I can just kind of spend all day in there.
All right, Cowles, runner going, and a ball. So Arroyo has his second stolen base. You know, that's the other thing you can, pick up. You may not feel that you've had much of a scouting report on the opposition, but just watching players warm up and then when they're called on to execute a steal, what kind of throw did you get off, and that tells you how much success you think you can have running and stealing bases.
Yeah. Well, I know that I've only watched Carlos Arroyo play for about a half hour now, and I can tell you that just about any time he gets on first base, he's probably going to steal second.
Yeah, especially with two outs. He wants to be in scoring position. And 3-1, tried that back leg breaking ball. Back-to-back walks. And Alon Colon hit by a pitch in the first, scored a run. Three 0. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico leads. Cowles losing his balance as he unloaded that pitch. And he'll get a visit from Torres. Colon, a young man who stays quite busy. Colon plays volleyball, baseball, basketball, and soccer. And when I asked Alon about his mom and dad, his mom works for a medical company. And I said, what does your dad do? And he says, he's a salesman. I said, what does he sell? And he said, cerveza. Mia Hankins, you know what cerveza is? Runners going. Double steal.
That's a proper execution there by Torres. He takes that pitch, lets it carry him to the back of the catcher's box and makes the throw behind the hitter. And it's just not in time to catch Arroyo with his third stolen base already today.
And the count 2-2, runners at second and third. That's Arroyo at third. Vasquez at second. Strike three. Out number 3. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, 2 left on. Middle of the second at the Printscape Pony League World Series. Puerto Rico 3, California 0.
With Honda's newly redesigned lineup, there's no better time to buy at Washington Honda. Washington Honda's caring and knowledgeable sales team will make it easy to find the perfect Honda for you. Washington Honda, it's all at the mall.
South Hills Toyota has a great selection of newly redesigned Toyotas to choose from. Finding your new Toyota will be a breeze. The vehicle you want from the dealership you trust. South Hills Toyota, it's all at the mall.
From the first steps and new love to each milestone, big and small, the promise is made to the new beginnings and the dances that never end. Life is filled with the moments you live for. By protecting your health with regular vaccinations, screenings, and well checks, you can fully embrace all of life's little moments. At Cornerstone Care, we create healthier tomorrows today. Schedule an appointment with us and let's walk this path together.
A near perfect start to this game for Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. They scored 3 runs in the first inning, and then pitcher Sean Figueroa backs it up by striking out the side in the bottom of the first in a very effective and quick first inning for Sean Figueroa.
Yeah, the right-hander threw only 15 pitches. Keep in mind that to strike out the side, you have to throw 9 at least. So he was not, well, he went to 3-2 in the first batter. Now Jordan Rivers, you're in the bottom of the second for a Long Beach team that flew out of Long Beach Airport and then ball fouled away and then went to Phoenix and then on to Pittsburgh.
And I'll say this as I look here at Jordan Rivers' height, it's listed as 5'10", 165, and typically in a program you'll beef those numbers up a little bit. I think Jordan took those down because there is no way he's only 5'10", 165. He looks bigger than me. And he swings the bat better than me, too.
The Long Beach dugout, which is, the dugout, both dugouts right below the press box. Coach Caesar Penaflor. Two and two. You know what Caesar does? He's an assistant superintendent for Virginia Country Club in Long Beach. Right? Strike 3, 4 strikeouts to start the game for Figueroa.
Well-placed pitch down in the zone. Even if Rivers were to put a swing on it, he probably wouldn't have been able to make great contact.
And Machado, 3-0, Puerto Rico leads. You're in the second game of the tournament. 10 teams, double elimination. Ball fouled off the left side. In the history of the Pony League World Series, 22 times a team from California has won the tournament. That is the most by any state or country. Count 1 and 2. So it was an extremely messy top of the third, at least from the Long Beach standpoint, and get Puerto Rico happy to take whatever gifts were forthcoming to score 3 runs and build the early lead. Backhanded at the line and thrown away. Hernandez, good job to make the backhanded play and an infield single.
It was a very strong throw across the infield too, just sailed a little high on Hernandez. And a great adjustment too to this hop. It was going to be a backhand down the line, but whenever it hit that grass, it kind of jumped back into him, and he was able to make that backhand behind his body, and that's probably what drew that errant throw.
Now David Sanchez. 3-0 Puerto Rico leads. The makeup of this team. Chopper to the mound, throw to second. One, double play. It went from Figueroa to Vasquez to Arroyo. No runs, one hit. No one left on base.
Feels good to be off the sidelines, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. That extra effort with AHN Sports Medicine got you back here. With every specialty set, custom training day, and personalized drill, you bettered your body. Now line it up. They don't see this move coming. Told you. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Top of the third. We're at the Printscape Pony League World Series. And for Guaynabo, Puerto Rico against Cowles, be the middle part of the batting order. Roger Leonard, our producer, and Scott Bartlett, our director. Cowles came on, faced two batters in the second to the official line for Jacob Brown as he gave up 3 runs in 1 inning. And I'm not sure I'm smart enough to figure out, as chaotic as that first inning was, smart enough to figure out runs that were earned and unearned.
I think I've got 2 earned runs.
Padilla in that cleanup spot of the order with a cleanup, a number 4 hitter swing. Count 1-1. Certainly the first run of that first inning was earned.
Thought maybe that ball hit him. It hit the sliding glove in the back of his pant pocket.
One away in the third. Three-0 Guaynabo, Puerto Rico leads. Asensio reached on an error in the first inning. throwing bunt takes a strike. So the winner of this game will be playing on Monday against the winner of the Chinese Taipei game, the winner of the Chinese Taipei Palmview game. Outside 2 balls and 1 strike. The Chinese Taipei Palmview game is tomorrow at 5. And the winner of this game will play the winner of that game at 4:30 on Monday. Count 2-2. The loser of this game will take on Mon Valley tomorrow at 2:30. 5 o'clock tomorrow, we'll have had at least one team eliminated already from the tournament. That's a Sunday game, not tomorrow, but by 5 o'clock on Sunday. And the strikeout of Asensio is the second out of the 3rd inning.
That's a great breaking ball by Cowles. Didn't hit his spot. Torres set up on the outside, but it's right over the heart of the plate and freezes Asensio.
And the count 2 balls, no strikes. And a swing and a miss, 2-1. Understand that there were plans for the folks in California to get together at Glory Days for a watch party. So if indeed that is true and you're tuned in out there in the Golden State, our best wishes from Western Pennsylvania.
Sounds like a great place to watch a baseball game.
And ball 4. 2-out walk. There are basically 2 programs in the Long Beach area. One Long Beach Pony League Baseball, then Hardwell Pony League Baseball. This team that has come to us from California this year is part of the Hartwell program, which had been previously in the Lakewood area.
But there was only one Glory Days.
Who was that?
Bruce Springsteen. I think that's all they play. Is they only play Bruce Springsteen in baseball games.
You're in the top of the 3rd, 3-0 Guaynabo, Puerto Rico.
And Robles not getting his signs whenever he first stepped into the box. That's where that back and forth came from.
Teams from Puerto Rico have won 7 Pony League World Series titles. The first was in 1984, the 7th coming in 2007. We're pretty deep in this outfield. Walsh almost has his heels on the warning track in center field. And that's ruled a foul ball.
It's the first time I've seen that so far today. I've seen a lot more outfielders shallow than I have deep. And we've seen probably, what, 3 or 4 balls hit over the outfielders' heads because of that?
Yes.
I mean, if you're playing deep, are hit just over the infield, but at least you're keeping it in front of you and you can hold them to a single. Or just about anything hit over your head is going to be a double.
This outfield wall here at Louis Pony Field too high. All the years I've been doing Pony League baseball, I have never seen a book rule double. Runner going. And a stolen base. That is stolen base number 5 for Puerto Rico.
I bet it probably keeps some fly balls in the park too. But that ball that Alex Leon hit in the first game today, I don't think there was any fence that was going to keep that one in the ballpark. It's a towering home run to right field.
You mean Garza's home run?
Yeah, sorry, Garza's home run. Yeah. Javier Garza.
Three 3-0 Puerto Rico leads, top of the third, 2 outs. Roller, pitcher's got to get over. And will not, and here comes Hernandez scoring from second.
Hernandez never broke stride either. You would have thought that was a ball in the gap to the outfield because he had no intentions of stopping at third. And if you're Cowles, if that one hesitation is all that you need to not be able to get over to first base and cover on that play. Not even looking at the ball, just head down, trusting his coach, and scoring on a ball in the infield.
Good? Okay. You don't have to throw it to second. Did you forget that halfway through the pick?
No, I got stuck in the mound.
Okay. All right. Very good. Ball hit to that side, you got to immediately break, right? Yeah. Okay. Have fun. Let's go.
See the ball to that side, have immediate break, but have fun. Yep. Base at RBI, Bob? RBI. Thank you. So it is 4-0 in favor of Guaynabo, Puerto Rico.
That's been one of the toughest things for me, adjusting to this side of the game, because I was a catcher and then I was a coach for so long. Anytime I see a ball hit to that side of the field, I just start yelling, "Get over!" So that but here, if I did that, I wouldn't be invited back very often.
Runner picked off. Balk. Didn't step off.
See, that's a play that we saw earlier this year in the college season. If he steps off and if he steps off, he doesn't have to declare a throw to a base. But whenever he does the spin move, he has to go to first. Whenever you get a runner like that, if you're not going to step off, inside move to second base, because whenever that runner at first declares himself going towards second base, he's automatically becomes a runner on second base, so you can inside move without it being a balk, and then you don't have to make a throw on an inside move.
Bounce up the middle. Under the glove of James. Throw to the plate, and an extra 80 feet. So Ramos drives in Robles and then takes second on the throw to the plate. 5-0 Puerto Rico.
Another RBI single here. It looked like James was expecting that to bounce up, and it just stayed down on the dirt. A good, strong throw by Walsh, but it sails the cutoff man, allowing Ramos to move up in the scoring position with 2 outs.
Now Figueroa. So the 2-out walk becomes the 4th run of the game for Puerto Rico. And then after the walk, back-to-back RBI singles.
Walks are never good as a pitcher, never good as a defense, but 2-out walks are the worst of those. I think. What did we run the math? It's like 90% of the time those come around and score.
And a wild pitch. By the way, back to Tyler's comment about the step off. Remember, once a pitcher steps off, he basically becomes a fielder. He's no longer a pitcher.
Right.
All of this coming after 2 outs. So we're in the top of the third of what is scheduled to be a 7-inning ball game. There is a mercy rule to deal with. And you know that early in the tournament, a team would love to have a shortened game. Save the pitching for later on. And it's 3-2 on Figueroa.
Cowles had a great pitch to get back to even, and he threw the same pitch there. It just hung up on him a little bit. And he tries to come back with a fastball, buries it in the dirt. I think he's starting to get a little tired. The fastballs aren't. The release point's different every time he throws a pitch, so I just don't think it's there anymore.
And that will be it for Cowles. He gets credit for working.
Yep. We'll get you back later.
1 inning.
Go sit. Yep.
And Gonzalez.
Hey.
Diego Gonzalez is coming on.
2 outs. Okay, 2 outs. We're going to go that play. Okay?
What?
Good? Okay. All right, we good? All right, here we go. Hey, we're going fastball curve or fastball slider change.
Change up.
And we'll be back with more from the Printscape Pony League World Series in 1 moment.
They play in all corners of the world. Boys and girls each learning the true value that only teamwork, competition, and sportsmanship can provide. Each year, more than 500,000 participants of all ages proudly represent Pony on baseball and softball diamonds of all sizes. Everyone deserves a chance to learn and play the game. They're our players today. They'll be our leaders in the future. Pony, making a difference in your neighborhood and all over our world.
So the third pitcher of the game for Long Beach, Hartwell, California. First game tonight was won by Palmview, Texas over Mon Valley. And then 3 games tomorrow on Sportsnet Pittsburgh at noon tomorrow for the game between Tijuana, Mexico and Bay County, Michigan. And then also on Sportsnet Pittsburgh at 2:30 tomorrow, the Bronx against Spain. And then the other games that were not on Sportsnet Pittsburgh, we will be streaming on plws.tv.
And so Diego Gonzalez comes in to pitch, and it'll be a straight substitution for Jefferson Cowles. So Gonzalez will actually be due up second whenever we get to the bottom of the third.
Arroyo singled and scored in the first, walked in the second. Inside ball 1. And remember, this Puerto Rican team has not been bashful at all about running. Two and 0. Gonzalez coming on with Ramos at third, Figueroa at first.
Be interested to see if they run here. Probably just waiting to time Gonzalez up to see what his time to the plate is, but 2-0 is a tough pitch to steal on. It's likely going to be a fastball. It's likely going to be outside. The throw going to third, so it's an easy steal for Figueroa.
And runners at second and third. In the count 3-0 on Arroyo. Tough start for Long Beach and Matt Page. Well, we're in the third inning, and already Arroyo's been on base 3 times. And the bases are loaded for Derek Vasquez. And by the way, when I talked to Diego Gonzalez yesterday, and I was talking to the Long Beach team, Diego has pink hair. I asked him why, and he said, I told my teammates if we made it to Washington, Pennsylvania, I would dye my hair, and he's true to his word. A young man who not only plays baseball but also soccer, and he's a hockey forward. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. All of this happening, 5 batters reaching after 2 outs in the Puerto Rico top of the third. And the count 2-1. As Guaynabo, Puerto Rico scored 3 runs in the first inning, has posted 2 here in the third. Three and 1. Now 3-2. Derek Vasquez, his dad, played some minor league baseball in the Angels and Giants organizations. And batting runners will be going here. 3-2, 2 outs. Ground ball. Bad hop. And thrown away. Ramos scores 6-0. Figueroa scores 7-0. And breaking for the plate is Arroyo to make it 8-0.
Heads up base running all around by this Puerto Rico team. Able to move up on overthrows. And basically any throw that's made on the infield, they're taking bases. Machado gets a really bad hop there, comes up and gets him in the chin, knocks his glasses off. But then the throw into second base, and Arroyo never stops and scores.
And now Colon, the 9th batter of the inning. After 2 outs, 6 consecutive batters reaching. Single Bob or no? E4?
E4.
E4, E4.
So Arroyo scores from first on a ground ball to the second baseman.
And no RBIs.
No. And all unearned.
And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. So it is 5 runs in this inning on 2 hits for Guaynabo, Puerto Rico.
And 2 of those runs earned, so 4 earned runs in the game.
And count 2-2. Runner going. Ball up the out of the dirt, and this fact that Vasquez was running, he gets a stolen base. His second of the game, and the 7th of the game for Puerto Rico. One, two, three, 4 walks in this inning alone. And now Padilla, who led off this inning and flied to center. Back in the first inning, he singled and scored, drove in a run. Matter of fact, he knocked in the game's first run. It's 8-0. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. Vasquez at third, Colon at first. 2 outs. And the count 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, that's a 2-0 swing.
Give him time to put his shoes back on.
Three and one. And the full count. That'll mean that Colon will be running on the next pitch. Colon running from first. 8-0 in favor of Puerto Rico. And the strikeout ends the inning, but Guaynabo, Puerto Rico scores 5 runs in the 3rd inning on 2 hits. And it is Puerto Rico leading 8-0 after 2.5.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Bottom of the 3rd. And Torres the lead off. As Figueroa has faced 6 batters, he's retired 5. Got a frame finishing double play in the 2nd. Figueroa struck out 4. Miranda now in left field for Puerto Rico. Positioned well. Robles handles out number 1.
Number 98, Guaynabo, Gonzalez. 50 tickets, over 200 to the winner after this month. Get some tickets now.
Diego Gonzalez. Diego's family has a spice blends and marinade business. I find that very interesting.
Sounds delicious.
Sells them to butcher shops.
They bring any?
I don't think so. It's been fun. It always is fun for me when I have a chance to sit down with young Pony League players and ask them about their families. And I'm going to peel that, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. 8-0. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico leads. Strike call 2-2. And a chopper up the first baseline. Unassisted play, 2 outs. You know, I'm not sure I know how to tell you this story, but especially in light of the fact that the Long Beach team is down 8-0 in the third, but head coach, manager Matt Page was telling me yesterday that a long time ago the family made reservations for a trip to Yosemite. And guess what week it was?
Was it this week?
This week, starting Monday. Up to Mammoth Lake. So Matt is here with his son, Matthew, and not in Yosemite. Swinging a foul back, 2 down. Strike 3. And the strikeout wild pitch or strikeout pass ball with a runner at first base. Strikeout number 5 for Figueroa. Don't forget the winner of this game will be playing Monday at 4:30 against either Chinese Taipei or Palmview. And the loser of this game comes back on Sunday to play Mon Valley in an elimination game. Arroyo playing behind the runner at first, what with Long Beach Hardwell down 8-0.
The lefty at the plate. Get a ground ball, that way your pitcher doesn't have to get over. You can take it yourself.
Count 2-2 on Brown.
A little bit of action in the Puerto Rico bullpen. 39, Derek Garcia getting loose.
And a full count. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico leads 8-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Out number 3. No runs, no hits, one left on base. After 3, Guaynabo, Puerto Rico 8, and Long Beach, Hartwell, California nothing.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Pike Trail. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small-town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.
At Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, we believe that every life has potential, and we're dedicated to fulfilling it. Our adult and community services give individuals with intellectual disabilities or autism the opportunity to develop new skills, have an independent home life, and make their own choices. From personalized daily care and community participation to supervised independent living, we cater to each individual's specific needs. Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, your path to lifelong fulfillment.
Cricket has free Samsung Galaxy phones? What?
Nationwide coverage and lightning fast 5G?
What? Smile, you're on Cricket.
In the opening game earlier this afternoon of the Pony League World Series, Palmview, Texas defeated Mon Valley, Pennsylvania 6-2. Mon Valley with a very effective start from Cam Matusik. 6 innings, he struck out 8 batters, allowed just 2 earned runs, but Palmview's bullpen very, very impressive. Noah Cortez in 3 1/3 innings of relief struck out 6 batters, and then the big shot delivered by Javier Garza in the 7th inning. That was a 2-run home run onto the hill. It capped a 3-run inning for Palmview as they won the opener by the final of 6-2.
All right, thanks, Joe. Top of the 4th inning. I mentioned earlier that I was pleased and most honored to have had a chance to go to Cooperstown, New York for the induction of my good friend Jim Leland, and also for Todd Helton, Adrian Beltre, and who am I forgetting? Oh, Joe Mauer, the catcher for Minnesota. And some of the things that I took away from that 3-day trip to Cooperstown, number one, I was most impressed by Jim Leland's speech. I thought it was just truly from the heart, and he wanted to. He was caught between, you know, mentioning a lot of people and couldn't mention everybody. And the other thing, there's a parade on Saturday night at Cooperstown, and all of the Hall of Famers, the new class, and then anybody that comes back, they're all parading down Main Street. And many of them, after they get out from the truck, they get off their truck after parading through Cooperstown, and many of them get off and sign autographs. Mm-hmm. I watched Cal Ripken sign. He went up on the far side of the street for about 3/4 of a mile and came back down the near side. It just was phenomenal. Yeah, the catch, the tumbling catch made by Walsh. And nothing is coming easy for Long Beach tonight.
That was a high fly ball hit by Asensio.
And Nieves to bat. His bat coming here in the 4th inning after Hernandez in that number 6 spot of the batting order picked up an RBI with a sacrifice fly in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Count 2-0. 8-0. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico leads here in the top of the 4th inning.
Healthy hack from Neves.
Now 2-2. Daniel Neves batting with nobody on and 1 out. in this top of the fourth inning. Gonzalez came on in the third. Roller to short. James to Brown, 2 outs. And new batter here, Sebastian Quiles. Robles had been in the 7th spot for the first 2 at-bats. And now Quiles takes one down, low, ball 1. And 1-1. Nobody on, 2 down. And the 1-1 pitch. Fouled away. And Lou Hayes Pony Field in Washington Park. And up and in, and Quiles had to duck out of the way of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. Strike 3. So Puerto Rico goes down in order in the top of the 4th inning. After 3.5, Guaynabo, Puerto Rico leads Long Beach, California 8-0.
They play in all corners of the world. Boys and girls each learning the true value that only teamwork, competition, and sportsmanship can provide. Each year, more than 500,000 participants of all ages proudly represent Pony on baseball and softball diamonds of all sizes. Everyone deserves a chance to learn and play the game. They're our players today. They'll be our leaders in the future. Pony, making a difference in your neighborhood and all over our world.
The Printscape Pony League World Series continuing tomorrow with 3 games. Action begins at noon with Tijuana against Bay County, though keep in mind that 9:30 the Champions League game here at Lou Hayes Pony Field. Tickets are available at the gate for just $8 for adults, $5 for youngsters, 14 and under. For more information, go to plws.org. Vasquez moves to third. And Nieves coming into the game, or staying in the game to play second base. Quiles in left, and Miranda moves to center. And a strike call to the outside corner as we get underway in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Mark James 0 for 1. Figueroa, the right-hander for Puerto Rico, with 6 strikeouts in the first 3 innings, and jumps out in front of James 0-2. And now now 1-2. Seven strikeouts, and as it's turned out so far, 6 of the 7 strikeouts have come against the guys occupying the top 4 spots in the Long Beach batting order. And Rafael Cruz going out. The pitching number is at 48 for Figueroa.
It's at 48, but I think it will revert back to whatever it was right before that hitter.
So 3 1/3 for Figueroa.
Corners of the world. Boys and girls each learning the true value that only teamwork, competition, and sportsmanship can provide. Each year, more than 500,000 participants of all ages proudly represent Pony on baseball and softball diamonds of all sizes. Everyone deserves a chance to learn and play the game. They're our players today. They'll be our leaders in the future. Pony, making a difference in your neighborhood and all over our world.
Well, the team from Puerto Rico, Figueroa, 3 1/3 innings. He's faced 11 batters. He has struck out 7 of the 11. The only player from Long Beach to get a base hit, Machado, in the 2nd inning, but he was quickly erased on the front end of a double play.
Most of those strikeouts coming to left-handed hitters after Figueroa would run that fastball away from the left-handed bats. Really effective against the top part of this California lineup that featured a bunch of lefties, and he'll give way to number 39, Derek Garcia.
Garcia, who turned 15 in May. Santillan 0 for 1. Nobody on, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. And ball 1. And the 1-2 pitch floats outside. Ball trundled to the right side. And out number 2. Nieves and Arroyo getting together for that 2nd out of the inning. And now Jordan Rivers, who's 0 for 1.
It's a great breaking ball there by Garcia, 58 miles an hour. Threw it again at the front hip of Rivers. That one not as much break on it. The first one started at Rivers' shoulder and broke over the plate.
Nobody on, 2 down. 8 runs on 4 hits for Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. And Long Beach set down an order in the bottom of the 4th. After 4, Puerto Rico 8, California nothing.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
And a bunch of changes are forthcoming here as we move into the 5th inning. We know for certain that Anthony Carrillo is the new pitcher for Long Beach, California. And we'll have to wait till we get the official word on the other changes now before. And Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, it'll be Miranda that's going to be leading off.
Machado is at short, so number 31 is at short.
Okay.
And Santion to second, and number 19 to third. Sanchez to third. Yep. I'm going to let you do it next time.
What do you say, Padilla to third? Is that what he said?
Sanchez to third.
Oh, Sanchez to third. Well, then who's the left fielder?
Number 19.
So Miranda is first at bat. Gets the warning and jumps out of the way of the pitch. Ball 1. (8-0) in favor of Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. Jumped out in front, 3 runs in the first inning and scored 5 in the third.
Nicholas Saeb in left field, number 27.
Okay. Saeb in left. Pretty good vantage point from that Puerto Rican dugout with an 8-0 lead. And the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a full count. Eight runs on 4 hits for Puerto Rico to build this 8-0 lead. One away. Miranda chasing one out of the strike zone.
Great pitch after the elevated breaking ball that started it Miranda's shoulder and broke into the zone, then elevate a fastball that is probably expecting to break down into the zone again, but doesn't, stays up and gets a swing and miss.
Do you remember back in the first inning, I was about to ask you a question, and then everything went kind of crazy. And
It's rare that I remember anything, but I do remember this.
Well, any big deal for a 13, 14-year-old pitcher warming up on flat land and then having to go to the mound?
I think so, yes. It's a different angle. You kind of have to force down angle more on a flat pen than you do on a mound. A mound, it's more gradual. It's more, it helps you get downhill a little bit better. But also, the pony mound isn't as steep as a major league mound, where a major league mound, I think, I can't remember the degrees that it is, but a pony league mound is not as high. So is there a difference? Yes. Is it dramatic? No.
Well, Green is in center field. And the count 2-1. With one down here in the top of the fifth inning, an 8-0 Puerto Rican lead, and the Mercer rule is 10 runs advantage after 5 innings. Now full count, so the right-hander Carrillo has gone to 3-2 on the first 2 batters he's faced. And both these hitters for Puerto Rico chasing ball 4. And 2 outs, top of the order for Arroyo.
This little back foot breaking ball by Carrillo. Get another strikeout. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, Arroyo singled and scored in the first. Walked in the second, walked in the third, and scored. So he's officially 1 for 1, 2 runs scored, and has 3 stolen bases. Arroyo has a brother, Felix, playing baseball in college.
You say where?
I think he told me Barry University, but I don't know. I meant to check to make sure that I heard that correctly. Now 2-2. How about that? Carrillo strikes out the side. And so at the end of 4.5 innings of play, Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, 8. And Long Beach, nothing.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskeet your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
World Series program magazine on sale for souvenir stand at recap of the 1954 Mount Guaynabo Pony Championship. Tournament history features on the World Series going on the road for the first time in 1964, coming home to stay 20 years later. And you'll want to read about 11-time Puerto Rico's Elliot Ramos, the 2014 World Series batting champion and 2024 MLB All-Star. This year's batting champion.
All right, bottom of the fifth inning. And it'll be hitters 5, 6, and 7 for Long Beach, California. California's won more Pony League World Series titles than any state. 22. Chinese Taipei has won 11. Puerto Rico 7. Texas 5. Illinois 4. Pennsylvania's won a couple. North Carolina 2. Well, I wanted to check for New York. Bronx, New York is here. By the way, some of the players that I talked to yesterday from the Bronx, New York team don't live that far away from Yankee Stadium. And there has never been a team from the great state of New York to win a Pony title. Machado has the only Long Beach hit and takes ball 1. Machado's dad is a elementary school coordinator. His mom is a 3rd grade teacher. And this young man from Long Beach plays basketball, football, soccer, baseball. Born the last day of 2009. Three and 1. Sanchez to follow. Long Beach has had 2 base runners. And Machado, after he singled with 1 out in the 2nd inning, was erased on the front end of a 1-4-3 double play. 2nd inning for Garcia came on with 1 out in the 4th. After Figueroa went 3 1/3 scoreless, 7 strikeouts. And out number 1. Tyler Barnett, you've done a few games together. I'm going to ask you what you think of this. I think catchers make the best managers, and pitchers make the best broadcasters. What do you think about that?
That would make sense. I could see that.
Yeah.
Pitchers are personalities.
Oh, are they?
They are. Yeah, pitchers are. They've all got their thing. You know, they've all got their superstition, their routine, and you can't break that. Oh, I'm pitching well. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I'm going to sit in the same spot in this dugout. Leave me alone. I have to tie my shoes a certain way. A pitcher, they're a different breed. They are a different breed. They have to be told what pitch to throw. So, but catchers, very low maintenance. They kind of run the show. They take a beating. Nobody really pays attention to them. You know, honestly, if you have a really good catcher, you leave the game and you don't notice them. You don't recognize them because not very many balls go to the backstop. Balls aren't being thrown in the outfield. The game was clean. The pitcher pitched well, so all the focus is on the pitcher. So if you have a good catcher,
did you ever work with a pitcher that you really just didn't like, and you had to struggle to make?
No, I don't know, because you kind of break it into them early that you can shake me off a couple of times, but don't make a habit out of it.
2 down on the ground ball hit, and now Trevor Torres, the catcher, for Long Beach. Ciano behind the dish for Puerto Rico. 5-0. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico leads.
I remember when I was one of the older kids in high school, and we had a young pitcher. He's not much older than these young men out here, and he shook me off twice in an at-bat, and then crossed me up, and the ball went to the backstop, and nobody on base, and I crow hopped and threw it about as hard as I could, and he caught it right at his belt.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he shook me off the rest of the year.
Did he get the message?
I think he got it.
All right. 8-0 Puerto Rico leads. Breaking ball outside 1-2. Boy, next to impossible to do a game involving a team from Puerto Rico and not think of the great one, Roberto Clemente. 1-2 pitch. High chopper. Well done by Vasquez. So 5 in a row retired by Garcia, and Long Beach still with just 1 hit. And we'll go to the 6th. Second game of the 2024 Printscape Pony League World Series.
At Printscape Imaging and Graphics, we're more than printers. We're partners in creativity and community. From sponsoring local charities to empowering small businesses, Printscape is committed to giving back. Our people help businesses and organizations build their brands while strengthening our community, like the Printscape Pony League World Series. Printscape Imaging and Graphics, where technology meets creativity. Visit us today and see how we can bring your vision to life.
With Honda's newly redesigned lineup, there's no better time to buy at Washington Honda. Washington Honda's caring and knowledgeable sales team will make it easy to find the perfect Honda for you. Washington Honda, it's all at the mall.
South Hills Toyota has a great selection of newly redesigned Toyotas to choose from. Finding your new Toyota will be a breeze. The vehicle you want from the dealership you trust. South Hills Toyota, it's all at the mall.
Cricket has free Samsung Galaxy phones. Whoa! Free phones, fast 5G, and nationwide coverage.
Pretty good deal.
Smile, you're on Cricket.
Just mentioned Roberto Clemente, and Bob Gregg shows me that in this year's Pony League program, there is an ad from the Roberto Clemente Foundation from Luis Roberto Clemente, and he happens to be right adjacent to the bracket. That's tremendously fortuitous. And for Carrillo, he struck out the side in the 5th inning. On this Guaynabo team, there are a couple of players from Carolina, the home of Roberto Clemente. Nieves is, Padilla is. And now Vasquez to lead off the top of the 6th. Vasquez in this game, he is 0 for 2. When he hit a ground ball in the 3rd inning, it led to 3 runs, but there was an error on the play. Consequently, he did not get any RBIs because it came with 2 outs. And 2-1. Some pretty good breaking balls from Carrillo.
Yeah, he's been showing a good mix here, changing speeds often. He's been able to locate his pitches really well. Another breaking ball there.
3-2. How difficult do you think it is for 13 and 14-year-olds to learn the importance of concentrating when you're on the field?
I think it's hard for everybody. I think it's hard for 19, 20-year-olds in college. It's hard for everybody. I think that's why one of the
off the wall as Vasquez decided to go to the deepest part of the ballpark in the leadoff double. Concentrating very well on that particular pitch.
Very much, and that is the deepest part of the ballpark. If the wind's blowing in a little bit, maybe those gates are pushed in and that ball can get out, but one hops the 305 sign, so just to the left of that, it's probably closer to 308, 310. And that ball was barreled up and hit really hard.
It's the number 3 hitter, Colon. Colon in this game 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning and scored. 3 runs for Puerto Rico in the first, 5 runs in the third. We're now in the 6th. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled away 1 and 2. And again, talking again about the mercy rule and what team wouldn't want to, particularly this Puerto Rican team would love to shorten the game. They can do so, but they need a couple of runs here to end the game after 6 and not go to a 7th. And the leadoff double by Vasquez. And the count 2-2 on Colon. Throw to first, and on the play, Vasquez goes to third. 1 away runner at third. And it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Padilla, who was 1 for 3.
1 for 3 at a single in the first. The only RBI in that 3-run first. And then in the third, he flew out and struck out.
And it takes ball 1, Padilla. I mentioned he's from Carolina. His dad's a coach at a baseball clinic. His mom is a science teacher. And a drive to deep left center field, 10-0, Guaynabo, Puerto Rico.
That was a no-doubt blast.
Rocketed into the Friday night Washington, Pennsylvania night.
So 2 games and 2 absolute blasts of home runs.
Let's see, Asensio, 0 for 3. Safe. And the high throw from Sanchez and the error charged.
Very bang play there. Great job by Brown to get up, and I don't know if it's possible to get down quicker, but he definitely made that close.
Coach or have manager Page to the mound. Yeah, we'll be back with them in just a moment. 10-0. Puerto Rico leads. Ty Gallo coming in.
They play in all corners of the world. Boys and girls each learning the true value that only teamwork, competition, and sportsmanship can provide. Each year, more than 500,000 participants of all ages proudly represent Pony on baseball and softball diamonds of all sizes. Everyone deserves a chance to learn and play the game. They're our players today. They'll be our leaders in the future. Pony, making a difference in your neighborhood and all over our world.
So Ty Gallo does come into the game as the 5th Long Beach pitcher of the ball game. And right now, with the 10-0 lead, Guaynabo, Puerto Rico is in position to have this game end after the bottom of the 6th. Gallo, who is from Long Beach, and he was telling me when I spoke to him yesterday that he is a big fan of Paul Skeens, the Pittsburgh Pirate phenom, who, by the way, hails from Fullerton, California, and Fullerton is northeast of Long Beach, California. And another interesting thing about Ty Gallo, he has been playing the violin for 6 or 7 years.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. I've never been able to pick up a musical instrument. No, I'm not coordinated enough.
You know, interesting you should say that, because all I ever wanted to do in my life is I wanted to be able to walk into a room where there was a piano and just sit down and just play one song. Yep. Okay? You know, like the lobby.
Buds.
No. I mean a real legitimate song. I wanted to be able to just walk into a hotel lobby and see a piano and sit down and play my one song.
Yeah.
And then take a bow and leave.
I wanted to learn how to play guitar.
Oh, yeah?
And I mean, I still can. Maybe that's something that I can try to get the boys into so that I can try to learn how to do it. But I don't think I'm coordinated enough to do it. I can't even scratch my head with my left hand, let alone try to find some keys.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. One and 2. Nieves getting his second at bat of the game. Line drive into right center field. Sencio goes to third. First and third, 1 out. Another well-hit ball just out of the reach of second baseman Santillan.
Puerto Rico has 7 hits as a team, 10 runs. Their base running is what's been most impressive about them so far. They've been able to take extra bases, put pressure on this California defense to make good throws, make timely throws, know what they're doing with the baseball, and it's put a lot of pressure on them.
Quiles 0 for 1 in the game. Runners at first and third, 1 out. And the count 2 balls, no strikes. It is 10-0 in favor of Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. So the 10-run rule has kicked in. And 2-1. 3 games tomorrow. Well, 4 if you count the Champions League game. Runner at third. Asensio. Pitch outside. And then the high noon contest between Tijuana, Mexico and Bay County, Michigan on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. 2:30, Brox against Spain. Sportsnet Pittsburgh. 5 o'clock, Chinese Taipei against Palmview on PLWS.TV. Liner to right field. 11-0. One out. Asensio scoring on the Quiles single. Nieves at third. And now Miranda. As a matter of fact, Miranda also lists Paul Skeens as his favorite player. Pitch outside, 2-1. I asked Miranda why Paul Skeens. He said he first spotted him when Skeens was pitching at LSU, and Miranda was watching the college action on television. Go. 11-0 in favor of Guaynabo. And 3-2. There is one out. Ball 4, the bases are loaded. In this inning, 3 runs have scored, so Guaynabo scored 3 in the first, 5 in the third, 3 here in the 6th. And now Garcia to step in. On the other side of the card, Figueroa and Garcia have combined to pitch a 1-hit shutout, and have combined to record 9 strikeouts. Figueroa 3 1/3 scoreless, 7 strikeouts. Roller to the right side. Out number 2. Play at second. Out number 3. But the run scores to make it 12-0. Miranda did not heed the warning and was doubled off. 2 runs, 1, 2, 3, 4 runs in the top of the 6th. Guaynabo leads 12-0.
For 125 years, we've been covering this region's financial needs, sharing your rebellious spirit, standing right here with you, supporting your dreams, helping businesses grow and thrive, investing in what matters, and always putting people first. Thank you for letting us get to know you over our first 125 years. We're Washington Financial Bank, and we're proud to be the bank that gets you.
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter, life delivered daily.
It really ruined everything. I should have done something sooner.
Everybody hopes that this won't be a big problem. Unfortunately, basement water, it always gets worse. Don't worry, we got this.
Great. Well, let's stop it from getting in.
The effects of water can be surprising.
But at Baker's Waterproofing, we'll do a complete home inspection for free, so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
A pair of Puerto Rico pitchers have turned in impressive performances, and it all got started with John Figueroa. 3 1/3 innings of shutout ball. He allowed just 1 hit, and 7 of the 10 batters he retired came by way of strikeout, and Derek Garcia has added a pair of strikeouts as well, as Puerto Rico has put 5 scoreless innings on the board so far.
And we could possibly be looking at the bottom of the 6th being the last half inning of this ball game. Great news for Guaynabo: with a win tonight, it would not have to play again until Monday at 4:30. If Hardwell Long Beach loses, it will be coming back Sunday to play Mon Valley. And strike 1 on Ty Gallo. Washington, Pennsylvania plays its first game on Sunday at noon. And we'll be playing either Rocks, New York, or the team from Spain. Last year, Washington County went to the championship game, went up against Japan and lost. $12-0 in favor of Puerto Rico. Dribbler to the mound. Garcia, foul ball. Foul ball. That batted ball, which caught Gallo in the batter's box. And a full count. So Garcia's retired 5 in a row. A couple of strikeouts and 3 ground ball outs. Base hit to center field. Gallo leads off the 6th with a hit, and that is the 2nd Long Beach hit of the game. Now Eddie Green. Eddie Green, the 4th. And a ball to make it 2-0. This Long Beach team, of its 15 players, 11 from Long Beach, 3 from Lakewood, and 1 from Bellflower. One man on. First baseman Arroyo playing behind him, with Arroyo's team leading 12-0. Foul ball, 2-2. We've just gotten underway. Opening night of the Printscape Pony League World Series double elimination tournament. Come Sunday, we will have eliminated a couple of teams. trying to shake things up. Matthew Page is coaching third base. He is Matt's son, and Cesar Penaflor coaching at first base. Figueroa 3 1/3, 7 strikeouts. Matt Page and his wife Melissa have 3 children. Zachary, a student at Long Beach City College. Here's strike 3, 1 away. Tyler, who I understand is here on the trip, baseball player at Long Beach Millikan High School, and Matthew, who I mentioned just now, coaching third base, graduate of Cal State Long Beach. A wild pitch. And that will mean that it's the first time in this game that Long Beach has had a runner reach second base. Long Beach has had only 3 base runners, 2 hits. Brown 0 for 2. Jacob started this game on the mound, but left in the second inning. Now 3 balls, no strikes. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, just a couple outs away from wrapping up the win, shortening it down to 6 innings. And the walk. And with that, Rafael Cruz is going to go out and talk to Garcia.
Para pases por bola, ¿te sientes cansado? ¿Estás seguro? Pues dale, atácalo. Vamos a la zona. ¿Está bien? Dale, vamos. ¿Seguro? Vamos.
Manager Cruz, who owns a landscaping and office cleaning business. His wife, Sioma, is a school administrator. As I've said a number of times during our broadcasts tonight, a real treat for me to have the opportunity to get to know a good number of these individuals who come into Washington, Pennsylvania for the Pony League World Series, and what memories they will carry home with them. Right now, it may not seem like good news for Long Beach. Down 12-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
When you come to a tournament like this, and you know it's spread across what 6 days, I think that we're here, and yeah, you're playing to win a World Series, but you play for 2 hours a day or every other day, but the other 4 days you're here with your friends, you know, so you're spending time together in the hotel or out and about and around town. It's the memories. You make the memories on the field, but the memories off the field too are going to stick. So, you know, that's not lost. Even after this game here, you still get to go enjoy yourselves and enjoy the experience. And you know, they're a long way from home.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Long Beach 3-run first, 5-run third, 4-run 6th. Rocket shot home run by Padilla. Base hit into right field. Gallo scores. Brown goes to third. Now it's a 12-1 ball game. Puerto Rico wants to shorten the game, and Long Beach doesn't. Now Santillan to step in 0 for 2. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico leading 12-1. Bottom of the 6th inning. Santillan in the number 3 spot of the order. And a strike to make it 1-1.
Throwing his breaking ball well for strikes. Be at all surprised, just keep throwing it. Another fastball outside.
Now 2-1. Runner at third, Brown. With James at first. 1 out. Now 3-1 to get to prolong this game to a 7th inning. Long Beach has to get James home. Three balls and 1 strike and 1 out. And the bases are loaded. And manager Cruz going out as Lucas Ferguson is getting ready to bat.
Derek, para el fin. Si tiene guante fin. Vamos, dale. Dale, güey. Buen trabajo, papi.
So it was quite impressive for Garcia. He retired the first 5 batters he faced, but runs into some trouble here. He'll get credit officially for working 2 innings. And Arroyo goes to the mound. There's no question that the challenge for managers and coaches in the Pony League World Series, and I guess in all youth baseball tournaments, is figuring out the pitching staff and running the numbers, and consider that had things gone a lot differently for Puerto Rico in this bottom of the 6th, and Garcia would have finished it up, and no reason to use Arroyo, but use him they will.
Then you also go into this situation, and you could get out of this inning, out of this game with 1 pitch. You know, with the bases loaded, you get a double play ball. Or we could extend this game, and we could you know, see him go to pitch count. So it could go either way. But when you think about, you don't have to play again till what is it, Monday?
The winner plays Sunday. Monday, right.
Basically everybody's going to be eligible by that time. So
now Ferguson, bases loaded, 1 out. That's it, center cut fastball. Long Beach was shut out through the first 5 innings on 1 hit, but Long Beach has come up with a run on 2 hits, couple of walks in the inning, and now 1 and 2 on Ferguson. 2 outs.
Most of them middle, trying to force contact or blow it by the hitters.
Now Machado, 1 for 2. 12-1. Guaynabo, Puerto Rico leads. Bases loaded for Long Beach Hardwell to extend this game. Need to get that runner at second base in. Oh, and 2. One ball, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. And the ball game is over. Final score, Guaynabo, Puerto Rico 12 and Long Beach, Hardwell, California 1.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Well, the pitching of Figueroa set the table for Puerto Rico, and Long Beach found itself down quickly 3-0 after that top of the first 3-run for Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. Final comment, Tyler?
Just the base running, I think, of Puerto Rico is what really made the difference in this game, taking extra bases, putting the pressure on Long Beach, and ended up in the result that we've got.
So the first day of the 2024 Printscape Pony League World Series is over. Field with the Champions League game tomorrow morning, and then game 1 of 3 involving the tournament with Tijuana, Mexico against Bay County, Michigan on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. It is an exciting baseball tournament, and we're proud to be a part of it. Thanks for joining us. Final score, 12-1.
Hey!
At Printscape Imaging and Graphics, we're more than printers. We're partners in creativity and community. From sponsoring local charities to empowering small businesses, Printscape is committed to giving back. Our people help businesses and organizations build their brands while strengthening our community, like the Printscape Pony League World Series. Printscape Imaging